Hello, and welcome to the latest episode of Through the Pages. I think this might be a book, a review that has been read by the most amount of people. I've seen this book around for a long time, The Stranger by Albert Camus. So this has been around since 1942. That's when it was originally written in French, and then it did come around later in 1946 in English. For as widespread as it is now, it was only 4,400 copies printed at first. And it's kind of a dark book, but it's a little guy, split into two parts, so I pretty much did it in like 2 sittings, and I really enjoyed it. Like I said, dark. I feel like I was in a low mood afterwards and didn't kind of see the correlation, and maybe that was other factors, but like, in the curtness of it, it reminds me of Ernest Hemingway, but then also a lot of like Patricia Highsmith in there. So also with like The Trial by Franz Kafka. Oh, excuse me. I should edit it, but if you know me, you know I'm not going to. So it was like the fusion of those three: Hemingway, Kafka, just because the only thing I've read of him is The Trial. I don't want to sound like I'm some like buff on Kafka, but Patricia Highsmith, just because she's such a psycho, and it really is kind of like a slow-moving train wreck, but not explosive. You just know like this isn't gonna go well, is it? Like he's not gonna like live happily ever after, is he? And so I really enjoyed the prose of it and the story and what you're able to feel from the character. I definitely want to read more from him. Like, it was a very intriguing book, and yeah, it was the right amount of dark. Like, I can't do super dark. Like, I remember after I read Girl with a Dragon Tattoo series, I was looking for more, and someone recommended me Joe Nesbo, and I read The Snowman from him, and I was like, that's 1 or 2 steps too dark for me. Can't quite do it, and this was right on that edge in a good way. And so if you've seen this little doodad around, I think a lot of his books are kind of styled in this way, so it's a beautiful cover. Go for it with caution. Yeah, it's at parts there's happy parts in it for sure, but it is really just kind of a downward spiral. Not full like Kafka-ish, if I can find that book. Yeah. So I read the graphic novel version of The Trial by Franz Kafka, and there is a lot of parallels in this, but this was a more like, there's no hope in it ever anywhere. And this played on that, but was not as dismal, and more literary, I would say. Very good book. Definitely going to read more of him. It's a huge book now. There's like, I think it's in like 60 languages and 6 million copies sold. So it's done a lot since the 4,400 initial pressing in French. But rightfully so. It speaks to a lot of kind of core human emotions and struggles and challenges. But like I said, it's pretty curt, and it's simple sentences, but I liked it. I really enjoyed it. I would read it again if I knew I had something happy afterwards to balance me out. Yeah, not the most complex review I've ever had on here. I just knocked out 3 of them that were on like way more in-depth subjects, so I feel kind of curt in my own way here. So maybe that's fitting for this tiny little book. The Stranger, Albert Camus. Check it out. It's worth it.